Hi, and welcome to Premier Literacy's introductory tutorial on Talking Word Processor. We are going to get you used to the interface and a few of the basic features in the program in this video. So we'll start off by double-clicking on the Premier Tools icon, but from the toolbar we will click Talking Word Processor to get into the program. Now, if you're new to version 14, you're actually going to notice quite the new and improved look that we've got. We've got a very much more organized taskbar along the top. You'll see that every one of the buttons that we have, you'll find in one of the many tabs that are available across the top. Sort of eliminates the digging that was once necessary to go through menus or just hunting for the right button when they were all in one place. So I'll just get things started here by opening up a document. I'm going to go ahead and click on the Open button, which you see on the Home tab of the toolbar. And we're going to go to our sample docs. And currently I'm not seeing a document here, but you'll want to pay attention to this. It's the format of the document you're looking for. I know my document is saved as a docx, so if you don't see it, try picking that, making sure you have the right format selected. So double click that to start it. So now that we have a document open, we can read it simply by clicking on the Read button here. First, we want to place the cursor before the text where we want to start, but we click on Read.
About us mission statement. Our mission statement is to enrich and improve the lives of millions of people worldwide by making information truly accessible through the use of affordable technology.
And just like that, it reads right to us. Now, if we'd like to see some of the more advanced options associated with reading, we can pop on over to the Reading tab and click on the Reading Options button. You'll see here we have the option to turn on Multivoice Reading options. And what that is it'll use two voices, one to read normal text and one to read highlights, acting as a form of what we call auditory highlighting. You can set the both voices in the Voices screen. Reading style, we have track by word only. You may have noticed when it was reading the words earlier, it did put a block around every word that it read. So if we want to, we can also track by word and sentence, which we will need the word view window enabled to do. If we click here, we can enable the word view window, and that's going to display, as you see here, the sample. We can customize this as we wish below. And we can also turn on word pause, which will put in a pause between the words as it reads. This can be very useful if your reader needs a couple of moments to process each word as it's read. So you can have a little gap put in between them, which is set either from 0.25 seconds up to 3 seconds. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn on track by word and sentence and display the word view window right now and see, look what happens.
Company profile from its origins in 1998. Premier Literacy, a division of Premier Assistive, has established a mission to provide assistive technology to persons with disabilities and give them access to today's technologically oriented world. In targeting those objectives, we are rapidly finding that our technologies are beginning to reach far beyond the boundaries that have historically been framed by the visually disabled software market to other emerging areas.
So you'll notice now, as it reads, it's got only one sentence at a time in the word view window. It still goes through and highlights each word individually, but it's only displaying that one sentence at a time, so the reader's not getting overwhelmed with information. So I'm just going to jump back to the reading options screen to give you another demonstration. I'm going to turn off the word view window, and I mentioned before the multi-voice reading options and its use for auditory highlighting. I'm just going to turn that on, and click apply, and click OK. Then we're going to go to the voices screen.
This is Capstrel David.
This is Capstrel Callie.
So you see in the voices screen now, the multi-voice reading options is turned on. I've gone ahead and pre-selected Capstrel Callie as my secondary voice, but any secondary voice you have will do, just as long as it's a different one than the original. We also have the option to auto-identify before reading, which I'll show you in the next step, but just watch what happens now when I try to read some highlighted text. I'm going to go to the Studying tab to find our highlights, and I'll just start reading at the end here. Listen to how it sounds. I'll say yes to refresh the highlights.
Technology.
Company profile.
From its origins in 1998, Premier Literacy, a division of Premier Assistive.
So just click on the stop button there. But you see the highlighted information was read in a secondary voice, and this is basically what you'd use to highlight important information. The secondary voice acts as a verbal cue to the listener and say, hey, this is important. So I'm going to go back to the voices screen.
This is Capstrol David.
This is Capstrol Callie.
And I'm going to put a check in auto-identify. Currently, the slider down here is set to 25%. That means we're going to have 25% of the original document. I'll click OK. And we'll hit read. And we'll leave both of those checked and hit OK.
About us mission statement. Our mission statement is to enrich and improve the lives of millions of people worldwide by making information truly accessible through the use of affordable technology.
So, if we look through our document here, about 25% has been highlighted. That's what the program deems to be the important parts of the document. So, even before reading, it has gathered that information for you. You didn't have to go through and make any highlights yourself. And it's now reading it to you in a secondary voice saying, hey, this is the important part. So that's been an introduction to the features in Talking Word Processor. You can view the rest of the videos in the series and more like it at www.readingmadeeasy.com. Thanks for watching.